But as a sports fan, the last 2 weeks have been some of the best weeks that I've had this year, and that's because of the Olympics. Sadly, it's come to an end. Here are some of the lessons that I learned from the Olympics that are relevant in our everyday life. So the first thing is that it's never too early to start, and it's also never too late to start and compete. So at the Olympics, we had a 16-year-old Quincy Wilson who was part of the 4x400 relay team that won gold for the US team. He's still in high school and shows that no matter how early you start, you can still make it, you can still compete. But on the other end of the spectrum, there was somebody who was 58 years old who won a silver at just concluded Olympics. So basically, what this is saying is that in life, it's never too early for you to start a project. And even when you feel like, oh, you've spent so much time or time is beyond you, it's also never too late to start and compete and achieve your goal. The second thing is that you can always pick up where you left off. There was a runner at the Olympics, her name is Theyll for Great Britain. She had stopped running, and at some point her mom came to her to say, hey, you used to love running and I can see some of your classmates are still running. Is this something you think you want to get back into? And she just decided to start running during COVID and found her way back and made it to the Olympics and came third. So she won bronze medal at the just concluded 1,500 meters final at the Olympics. And I'm saying this because there are a lot of people who probably were good at things. So maybe you are good at creating content, you are good at teaching, you are good at photography, and for some reason it has dropped by the wayside or you have stopped carrying on that activity. This is your call, or the Olympic is a guide to say you can fall off from something but still get back into it and do better than where you left off. So this is your sign to get going today. The third thing is that you can be good at more than one thing. So you can fulfill potentials in various places. At the Olympics, we had a guy called Justin Best, and he won an Olympic medal in a rowing event. He's an investment banker, and if you know investment banking very well, you know that it takes a lot of time. So it's a job that requires you to work late nights and all of those things. But he was able to juggle that alongside his Olympic rowing career and was able to win a gold medal at the Olympics while also being able to retain his day job. So you can be excellent at more than one thing. Another example we have is Gabby Thomas. So Gabby Thomas is a graduate from Harvard University, and she works as a doctor for uninsured patients at a clinic where she volunteers. But she's also been able to carve a career in the sporting world as a sprinter, and she was able to take home 3 gold medals at this Olympics. So she was a gold medalist at 200 meters event, 4x100 and the 4x400 for the US team. So basically what I'm saying is you can actually excel at more than one thing. Explore all your potentials, but be sure to manage your time and juggle them properly. You don't want to leave this world knowing that you could have given a whole lot more to humanity and the likes. So take a cue from Best and Gabby Thomas and realize that you can be good at so many things and impact the world all around. The fourth thing I learned at the Olympics is that you can cheer for people that are winning even when you are not winning. So a lot of guys who are in competition with each other, a lot of athletes at the Olympics, but you find out that when one person wins, the other guys go to congratulate the person, not because they are satisfied with their own position, but they understand the hard work that has gone into getting the gold, silver, and bronze, and then you understand the importance of celebrating them at that point and cheering them up. So you might have instances where you have maybe colleagues, friends who are probably getting promoted, they're getting married, they're just excelling at various parts of their career. It's fine to cheer them on and realize that your own moment would also come So the fifth thing I learned is that it is not over until it's over. So there were two instances at the Paris Olympics that were very, they were eye openers for me. And the first one was the 100 meters sprint, the final. So Noah Lyles, a US sprinter, had been taunted. Basically, people started to doubt his abilities and the rest. And then the final kicked off, and as at 60 meters, he was, I think, in 8th position and just finding his way to 3rd position. But by the end of the 100 meters, he was the gold medalist. So he won the race just because he realized that despite the fact that he was behind, he trusted his ability to still get over the line and did not give up, realizing that it wasn't over until it was over. This takes me to my second example, which is the 400 meters final. So during the race, the Great British athlete, Hudson Smith, was leading the race after 360 meters. And we had the US athlete who was in 3rd place. And with 40 meters to go, he could have just said, oh, he was over and settled for the bronze. But he realized that it actually wasn't over until it was over, and then gave it his all and finished as the gold medalist. This is applicable in most areas of our lives. It's not over until you say it's over, until you train the towel. The moment you feel like you have nothing to give is when the situation is dead and buried. So whatever the situation is in your life, maybe you're trying to get admission into school, you're trying to get a job, trying to get a promotion, those things can only disappear, those things can only go away when you say that's the end, when you start to put in effort, or when you say, or when you give up. So basically, you have to fight till the end. You have to fight till you get what you want, so you get what you think you deserve. The sixth thing I learned at the Olympics is that there will be setback no matter how good you are. So you might have put in your best effort, prepared for one event, prepared for a promotion or whatever it is, and still suffer setback. That's not on you. So at the Olympics, for instance, we had top athletes from Jamaica like Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Shericka Jackson, who were unable to compete just because they got injured before the tournament or before the exact competition they were supposed to compete in. For Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce, for example, she got injured just before the semi-finals of the 100 meters race and had to pull out of the 100 meters, the 200 meters, and the 4x100. So despite how good she was, that setback had meant that she wasn't going to win a medal this period. It doesn't mean you can't come back from the setback, but just know that because you are well prepared or because you are very good doesn't mean that you won't suffer setbacks. The seventh thing I learned from the Olympics that you can apply in real life is that you should enjoy the moment. The Olympics happens once every 4 years, and so athletes that come there try to enjoy it as much as possible. They realize the privilege of being at the Olympics. There are so many athletes that want to be at the Olympics. So the fact that you're able to qualify and compete, whether you win a medal or not, means that you are a star, means that you have put in work to be at that place. It's the same way most of us in life are at various parts of our work life, at various parts of relationship, various parts of our family life, and just general life as a whole. But we are looking at the other things that we are yet to achieve. Oh, I've not won a gold medal, I've not won a silver medal. Might be what the athletes are thinking. The same vein, you're saying, oh, I haven't gotten the promotion, or I haven't gotten my dream job, and the rest, and then forgetting to live in the moment. The thing that you realize is that in 2 years or in 3 years, when you get that dream job or you get that thing that you're chasing, you realize that you forgot to live in the moment at that point and just missed out on a number of things that you could have enjoyed at the time. So please learn to enjoy the moment. The final thing I learned from the Olympics is the fact that a lot of these athletes had a purpose, they had a story, they had a reason that was driving them. The Kenyan long distance runner, for instance, that won a gold medal, said her driving force was her daughter. She had given birth, gone on maternity leave, came back, and said her daughter just motivated her every day to wake up, to run, to prepare and challenge for this tournament. And she was able to win the gold medal. And she was hoping that her daughter would grow up to see her as a role model. So this purpose drove her to train hard, wake up in the morning, and keep going. So in everything that we do in life, what is your purpose? What is your story? This is something that most people at the Olympics had, that I think we can inculcate in our everyday life. If you watched the Olympics, please let us know the lessons that you learned that we can apply in our everyday life. Let us know in the comment section. And if you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. Cheers.